Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to take a very quick look at the game Freeze Up. This game is for 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, and the average play time is between 2 and 10 minutes. Now in this game, players are going to be racing against the clock to try and answer questions in an attempt to be the last person standing. Let's just take a quick moment to look at the device and see how it's played. Now, before we actually take a look at what all of these different buttons do, it's worth just explaining what this game's all about first. Freeze Up is basically a fast action category game where the computer will ask players both a category and name a letter. And the current player will have to come up with a word that both matches the category and uses a word that starts with the letter that was named. So once they do that, they'll hit this freeze button over here and pass this thing off to the next player. Each player starts with 60 seconds at the beginning of the game. So the longer you take to answer a question, the more likely that you'll be eliminated from the game. The person that is the last one standing at the end of the game wins. Alright, now before I actually touch on what all these different buttons do, I just want to quickly go over what's on the back here. This is the cover to the batteries, and the game requires 3 AA batteries. However, the batteries were included with the game when I opened the box. But in order to get to them, however, you'll need, it looks like a flathead screwdriver. Alright, now as far as the look of this thing, think of it as sort of like a GameCube or PlayStation controller. You've got some buttons on the front, but you've also got some buttons along the top. Now, the buttons along the top are pretty much the buttons that control your menu options and everything that you need to set before you actually start playing the game. Over here on the right, and I apologize with the glare, there's not much I can do about it, there's an auto manual button over here. These are the 2 different game modes that are featured in the game. You have the number of players button over here, you have the on-off button here, and you've got the volume control. This is a low sound and a high sound. Now, as far as the front of this thing is concerned, this is basically the control panel that players will be using in order to play the actual game. The Go button here basically signals the computer that the next person is ready to take their turn if they have it set to manual mode. And I'll explain the difference between auto and manual in a minute. There's a C button here. This stands for challenge. The current player has the option of challenging the person that just went, and only the person that just went. If the current player hits this button, then players will vote on the last player's word that was used and collectively agree on whether or not the word should be accepted or rejected. If the word should be accepted, they'll hit this W up here, and the challenger will lose 5 seconds off their clock. Now, if the word is rejected, then the player that just went, that was challenged, will instead lose 5 seconds off their clock. Now, this freeze button down here indicates that the current player is done taking their turn, and the current player will then pass this device off to the next person. Finally, if the current player is stuck with the category and the letter that was given, they can press either this new category or this new letter button to give themselves a way out, or at least a different option as far as a category or a letter is concerned. However, it's worth noting that each time a player hits either of these buttons, they'll lose 3 seconds off of their clock. Now, there's a couple of things worth noting before I actually get into the actual gameplay and what it looks like. The difference between auto and manual mode is actually pretty simple. When the current player is done taking their turn, they'll hit this freeze button to stop their clock and pass it on to the next person. If it is set to auto, then the next player's turn will start automatically. However, if the game is set to manual and the current player says a word, hits freeze, and stops their turn, the next player's turn does not start automatically. Instead, the next player will take the device and hit the Go button when they're ready to take their turn. That's really the only difference between the two. Alright, now with all that said, let's go ahead and boot this bad boy up just to see what it looks like in action.
Freeze up! Press the players button to choose the number of players in today's game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 7 players.
No, not 7. I want 7.
You've chosen 8
No, I did not.
2
2.
players.
think that's 2. Did I get 2?
You've chosen a 2-player game.
I did.
Manual mode.
Alright.
Auto mode. Manual mode. Auto mode. Manual mode. Auto mode. Manual
We'll do
mode.
manual.
Press go to continue. Player 1, are you ready? You're next.
All right,
with 60 seconds remaining.
There you go.
Name something made of wood. Letter H.
Something made of wood, letter H.
Name something made of wood. Letter R. Name something made of wood. Letter D.
That's tough.
Desk.
Okay, hit freeze. Very good. Alright. Because it's in manual mode, my turn
Press
did not
go to continue.
automatically start because we're in manual mode. Now I have to hit go to signal the start of my turn.
Player 2, you're next with 60 seconds remaining. Name a dessert. Letter I.
Ice cream? I'll take it. Alright, so your
Press
turn.
go to continue.
There you go.
Player 1, you're next with 43 seconds remaining. Name something found in the ocean. Letter S.
Snake.
Okay. I'll take it. Now, had I wanted to challenge that, I could hit the C, but I'm not
Press
going
go
to.
continue. Player 2, you're next with 59 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Name a math word. Letter J.
What? A math word, letter J? I'm an accountant. I should know this. Oh, J. Jukebox. No, that's not a math word. J, jumping, J. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. No, new letter.
Name a math word. Letter A.
A. Addition. Got it. Okay. You can take it now and hit go when you're ready.
Press go to continue. Player 1, you're next with 38 seconds remaining. Name an ice cream flavor. Letter P.
That's easy.
Name an ice cream flavor. Letter M. Name an ice cream flavor. Letter S.
Letter S.
Name an ice cream flavor. Letter L.
You're just gonna keep it until you get to
Ice
V
cream
or C.
flavor. Letter T. Name an ice cream flavor. Letter B.
Banana.
Yeah, banana. Is that really an ice cream flavor? Banana?
No, it's a banana flavor,
Press
not
go.
split.
Oh,
Continue.
alright. I'll sort of take it, I guess. Alright, I'll hit go.
Player 2, you're next with 30 seconds remaining. Name something that comes in a bottle. Letter N.
N. Nancy? No, Nancy doesn't come in a bottle. Something that comes in a bottle. New
Name
category.
something you recycle. Letter N.
No, I don't like that category
Name
there.
an animal that flies. Letter N.
Oh, what's the letter N? I don't like the letter N. An animal that flies, letter N. Nuggets. No. Chicken nuggets don't fly. Letter.
Player 2, you're out in the cold.
Oh!
Congratulations!
I ran out of time.
You are the Freeze Up champion. Freeze Up!
And there you have it. It's just a very brief look at the game Freeze Up. You can check out my review at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can simply click on the link in the below description. That'll take you there as well. This is Vincent Vinny Jr. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.